Hi everyone, welcome back to the Alex Syberia YouTube channel. It's Erica with you today, and today we are going to make a card for the October challenge. So the theme is embossing powders, and this is the challenge prompt. So what we're going to do is we are going to actually find some colored cardstock to match these, and I'm going to be using my Concord 9th swatch. So I'm gonna go through these. I'm fairly certain I know these already, but we're just gonna quickly go through, see if I'm right. Okay, so we definitely have nectar, and I'm wondering if we're gonna go, I think clementine, and then we need to find a good one for this. Maybe we'll have to do, no, that's definitely not it. I'm wondering if maybe we won't have a, maybe, I think we'll have to do fig. I think that is going to be the closest, because there isn't really one. I don't really have a color that is close enough for that. So unless, where's cranberry? It's not really purple enough, is it? Okay, so we are choosing between, I think these might be the way. I think the colors will flow. Oh, although that is very pretty, isn't it? No, I think we're gonna go cranberry. Okay, and then right, for the blues, fairly sure that, no, okay, powder, no, interesting, no. Okay, so I don't think that we have anything, or I have anything close enough. So maybe we'll do an executive decision. We'll go with Harbor. Okay, and so for the greens, I think it's going to be artichoke and sprout. Okay. Here I've got some of the cardstock that I'm going to use in the colors that I chose. Some of them are big pieces and some of them are small pieces. I have lots of scrap pieces. And we are going to be using this beautiful stamp set called Happy Blooms. And we're going to emboss all of the leaves and the flowers with gold embossing powders from Wow. So I'm going to be using the embossing ink pad and my anti-static tool from the Rabbit Hole Designs. So we are going to prepare all of the cardstock, and we are going to stamp all of the images with a Misty. This is a mini Misty, just to make sure that I get like really good coverage of all of the details, because these images are really fine, lots of fine lines, so we want to make sure that they are all stamped really, really well with the ink, and then covered really well with the embossing powder. So here we are going to pop in our first set of greenery. So I'm going to do the greenery first, and then I'm going to do the flowers second. So I'm going to put them all into sort of as small of a space as I can, so that I don't waste a bunch of cardstock, because crafty waste is bad waste. So we're going to stamp this up, and then we're going to move down that little magnet, and then we're going to stamp with the embossing ink. I normally do like 2 or 3 goes with the ink pad. I've actually cut out one of the stampings, because I'm like, okay, well, my videos tend to run a little bit long at times, you know. And then we're going to sprinkle the embossing powder on top, and then we're going to heat it with the embossing tool. So the for really, really great results, make sure that your heat tool is nice and hot before you start trying to melting your powder, so that it doesn't just blow all over the place. And another tip as well is to make sure that your ink pad is really nice and juicy. So the embossing ink refiller, re-inker, that is definitely worth the investment, because you will be amazed at the difference a sort of half dry ink pad can make to a really, really nice and juicy one. So with embossing, obviously the details are important because that's what basically you want them to be really nice and heated, so that you get all of those like fine tactile lines and everything. So yes, make sure that your ink pad is really, really nice and juicy and ready to go. So top tip from somebody who heats emboss a lot. So now we are almost finished here. You can see I've swapped over to the flowers. I'm gonna do all 4 of these, and then you can see here are all of the finished pieces. When you're stamping like this, you save so much time. It's incredible. So yes, definitely a top tip if you want to use lots of images. So this sort of technique also works really well if you need to mass produce things for like Christmas cards or holiday cards or birthday cards and things like that. So yes, definitely bear that in mind. So here I have a background done with a tiny hint of green ink with the, oh, it's a beautiful stencil. I don't remember the name right now. I will make sure I add that in the description box down below. And here I am just puzzling together the pieces. So I'm trying to kind of cover or use as many of the images as possible, because otherwise, why am I stamping all of these up, right? So we're just going to be puzzling and trying to keep like because there's 3 different colors of cardstock on the flowers and 3 different colors on the greenery. I'm gonna try to make sure that it's sort of even, so it's not all kind of higgledy-piggledy, because even though there's so many different colors, I still want it to look purposefully arranged, not just kind of thrown together, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but it kind of makes it in my head anyway. So hopefully you'll like the end result. So this is something that quite often, like, I struggle with, like just the placement of things on my cards. So a little top tip is to invest in some press and seal. It really, I cannot stress how great a tool this is. And you just place it on top of your layout, press down and make sure that you pick up all of those pieces. And then you just lift it and everything should stay in its place. And then you just add glue on the back of it. And then you just simply turn it over and put it back onto your card base. It is a little bit of card making magic, and it saves a huge amount of time. And these pieces are not just one-time use. You can reuse them until there's basically like no stick left. And I have pieces that I've probably had out for like, I don't know, months actually. I cut them usually to about sort of slightly bigger than a card base size. And then I just reuse them and reuse them and reuse them. And yes, it is definitely worth the investment, especially like for us in Europe, it can be quite costly, but it kind of makes up for it by being reusable. So yeah, that's, and also, I mean, you cannot go wrong with this for a time saver hack. So this is what it looks like when it's all glued and dried. And then we are going to add a sentiment to this as well. And of course, this is also going to be heat embossed. And I've already done these. These are from the same Happy Blooms stamp set. And I stamped them on that light blue cardstock, which is the Harbor from Concord and 9th. And it was just to kind of bring in the blueness. And I've kind of done the same as like the inspiration image on the back of the packaging, because it looks really, really nice and I like it. I have also stacked the U 3 times just to make sure that, or 2 times, and then the 3rd piece on the top, which is the heat embossed piece. And then finished off with a little sentiment down below so that the cards end up saying, "You make my heart happy." And I hope this card makes you happy. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the Alex Syberia YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up and let me know if you're going to take part in the challenge this month. I will link to the challenge blog down below, and you'll have until October 31st to link up your projects for a chance to win a £20 gift card to the Alex Syberia shop. But that is it for me for today. I'll see you very soon again.